Moin, es sind dann der Prof von Luxembourgish with Anne. Now, today's lesson I'm happy to share is the first one of a new series of industry-specific Luxembourgish language. And today it's all about law. So if you are working in the law department, in compliance, maybe you are a lawyer or a law expert, then this lesson is for you. Warst du prêt? Dann lass. So I will start first by sharing 10 words that you will actually use if you work in a law department, in the law environment. And of course with the gender, because it's very important to know the gender of the words. And then I will pick up 5 of these words and put them into context. So we will make full sentences so that you can practice this new vocabulary. And finally, we will have a very, very, very short dialogue also to show you how you can have or start a small dialogue at work already today. And of course, I will end this session or this lesson with a practice plan. So for you to practice at home. So, wir fangen an mit dem ersten Wort. So, do you know how to say a contract in Luxembourgish? Ja, das ist ein Kontrakt oder ein Vertrag. Ein Vertrag. Du lauscht da an wiederholen, just hier zu üben. Donc, ein Kontrakt oder ein Vertrag. How do you say the law in Luxembourgish? Ja, das ist das Gesetz. Das Gesetz. And the legislation is die Gesetzgebung. Die Gesetzgebung. Die Gesetzgebung. And then a complaint, a lawsuit is ein Klo. Ein Klo. So it's feminine. Ein Klo. And then a clause is ein Klausel. Ein Klausel. It's also feminine. And then let's have another word. Yes, a regulation. A regulation. Eng Verordnung. Doch ich wiederholen, eng Verordnung. Eng Verordnung. And as you can hear, it's also feminine because I said eng. And then a mandate is, it's easy, a Mandat. A Mandat. Donc das ist männlich, a Mandat. And then the conditions or the terms and conditions, das sind die Konditionen. Die Konditionen, das ist der Plural, die Konditionen. And then the court. The court is das Gericht. Das Gericht, and this is neutral. Das Gericht, like das Gesetz, is also neutral. Ja? Gut, so, das waren die 10. Nee, nach 1, the liability. The liability as Haftung. Haftung. Good. Now let me put you to the test. I will say the word in English and you try to tell me, you tell at home the right word in Luxembourgish with the gender. Okay, so do you remember how to say a complaint or a lawsuit? Das ist ein Klo. Ein Klo. The legislation. Die Gesetzgebung. Gesetzgebung, die apostrophe, because this is a feminine word. Oh yes, and don't forget that you can read the full transcript on my blog, Luxembourgish with Anne/blog. Yeah, so just to repeat or to read this lesson. Do you know the word for the court? Het Gericht. Het Gericht. And then the contract. So we have two possibilities. Either de Vertrag oder de Contract. Beide männlich. And the law is het Gesetz. Het Gesetz. Good. Now I will pick up 5 words and we will put them into context by making full sentences. For example, if you want to say in Luxembourgish according to the law, this is laut dem Gesetz. Laut dem Gesetz. Laut dem Gesetz vom 1. Januar 1980 zum Beispiel, ja, donc, laut dem Gesetz according to the law. Oder to say that is regulated by law, da das gesetzlich geregelt. So here we don't use the noun Gesetz, the law, but we use that das gesetzlich geregelt. Ja, donc gesetzlich. That das gesetzlich geregelt. And then, how would you say I will explain the clause in detail? Das heißt, ich erklären erst Klausel am Detail. Ich erklären erst Klausel am Detail. So das eng Klausel, weiblich, dafür heißt Klausel. Ja? And then, to ask someone, do you have any questions about the contract? How would you say this? Do you have any questions about the contract? In a formal situation, hut dir frohen über den Vertrag? Hut dir frohen über den Vertrag oder hut dir frohen über den Kontrakt? And now a last sentence with the word a complaint or a lawsuit. How do you say to file a complaint? To file a complaint is encloration. Encloration. So how would you say the lawyer decided to file a complaint? Dat ass den Affekot huet desideiert eng Klo anzerechen. Den Affekot is a lawyer. Den Affekot huet desideiert eng Klo anzerechen. So, du bist jo hei fir zu üben, an nei wieder ze leieren, dann wiederholnege lo die 5 Sätze. According to the law is laut dem Gesetz. That is regulated by law. Das gesetzlich geregelt. I'll explain the clause in detail. Ich erklären erst Klausel am Detail. Do you have any questions about the contract? Hut dir frohen über den Kontrakt? The lawyer decided to file a complaint. Den Advokat hat desideiert ein Klo anzurechen. Now we move over to this very, very, very short dialogue between two team members. So you have the collation, this is the employee, and then Juristin. Juristin is the legal expert, so a female legal expert. So I will just read it first in slow spoken Luxembourgish and then in natural spoken Luxembourgish, and you can find the translation in English on my blog. De College. Ass dëse Passage fir dëch kloer a verständlech? Juristin, ech menggen kéint méi prezis formuléiert ginn. De Kolleg, gut, da verbesserennecht d'Formuléierung elo. Oder da verbesserenech elo d'Formuléierung. So, ech wiederholen dëssen Dialog. So, ass dëse Passage fir dëch kloer a verständlech? Juristin, ech menggen kéint méi prezis formuléiert ginn. The College, gut, da verbessernege Lotformulierung. Now you can hear how here even simple Luxembourgish makes this exchange feel more collaborative. Yes, great. Now let me give you a practice plan so that you can really practice already at home. So I recommend that you choose 5 terms that are, of course, related to your daily work. For this can be contracts, responsibilities, clauses, yes? And then you translate these 5 terms into Luxembourgish and you write 1 or even 2 full sentences out in Luxembourgish, of course, and you can use as well examples of your documents. And then, very important, that's the 3rd step, you should say them aloud, these sentences, because you should hear yourself speaking and using this new vocabulary so that you gain confidence. And a last step could be, so if you have a colleague who is a native speaker or who is also learning Luxembourgish, you can maybe role play, so use the new vocabulary and play, for example, a dialogue. Yeah, and this is how you will slowly but surely use this new vocabulary and gain this confidence you need. Now let me end this lesson by mentioning that in legal settings, what matters is how you are expressing yourself. So it's not just about speaking Luxembourgish, it's how to express yourself. So do you speak clearly and correctly? That's the main thing, yeah? And if you are ready to go deeper and to if you want to speak and feel more confidently, why not check out my new club called Speak Business Luxembourgish Confidently? And this is in a small group with other people like you who are working maybe in a legal department or who are working in office and they need to use a specific wording at work. And that's what we will do in this Speak Business Luxembourgish Confidential Club. And you can check out all the details on my webpage, luxembourgishwithanne.lu. And then you have in the menu the business courses offer. Merci für no lauschen, an so bis die nächste Kehr. Adi.